Welcome to Easy Peasy Books, From Author to Authority, the lively and engaging podcast for business professionals who've always believed they have a book in them. I'm your host, Gillian Whitney. Join me as I chat with authors and industry experts from all around the world to explore simple strategies to write, publish, and leverage your business book. Whether you're an entrepreneur, executive, or an employee, this podcast is for you. Woohoo! And we're live once again on another Tuesday, and it's a special Tuesday because it is Christmas Eve day and Hanukkah Eve day. And so all sorts of wonderful things are happening tomorrow. And before I head out of town, heading to the beach, I wanted to do this live and just share some ideas for last minute gifts for the holiday season. But actually, these are gift ideas that you can use any time of the year for the author on your list. So I'm going to go ahead and get stuck right in. And so the topic today is the best gift you can give an author. And it's during the holiday season or any season when you want to do something special for the author in your life. And so Bitmo Gillian is here with me so that I stay on track and don't wander off too much. So what are some ideas that Bitmo Gillian has for the best gift you can give an author? So of course, the first thing is buy their book. So buy the book. And if you, and really, I did this live with the supposition that you already bought you've already bought the book from an author. And so you can also always buy another copy and you can give that book away to someone else. Amazon has an awesome program where you can actually order a book and have it drop shipped to somebody and put a little gift note inside. And so that's a really wonderful way to help an author is buy their book and have it sent to somebody else. And it's amazing. And I know actually of somebody in my network who, for the life of me, I don't remember who it is. So if you're listening or watching or whatever, even on the replay, and you go, it was me, let me know. But there was somebody in my network that said they love Jeff Young's book so much, his new Be Effective on LinkedIn with the LinkedIn Guru, that they decided to buy the book for their clients. So they actually ordered multiple copies and they are sending them to the clients. I don't know if they were actually personally signing them and shipping them out or if they had it drop ship. But I thought that's just such a wonderful thing. Buy that book. And the funny thing is I believe that person is a LinkedIn specialist. And you'd be like, why would somebody want to give a LinkedIn book that they haven't written to somebody else? And the thing is that Jeff's never going to steal your clients because Jeff is retired. He just does all this stuff for the love of it. So, and to be honest with you, I don't know any author that would steal people's clients anyway. So moot point. But anyways, this really was not the idea. The idea was you've already bought a book from an author. So what is a gift you could give an author? So we're just going to move along with the buying. So authors like all kinds of things. We like gift cards because we like to buy more books. That's my number one thing. It's like I always say to people, buy me a gift card. Can I get more books guilt-free? Because I'm a book nut. I love books. But you can also have cool things like, let me pull it over here for a second. Actually, I'm going to just go full screen for this so you can see all this stuff. So you can also buy mugs. This is a mug that this is a mug that Tina and I had made special for ourselves when we launched our book. But I've actually had custom designed mugs made for another author, and I had it drop shipped to the author. And that was just kind of a fun thing to make somebody a custom mug. But I have all sorts of cool stuff here that I never even paid for. I got for free. So I have like a water bottle, which is like a fun thing because all authors are readers. And so I have this awesome water bottle. I have a amazing purple journal that I got. And so this is just, authors like to write. So getting them journals is a good idea. Socks. How about socks? That's such a cute thing. And it's like more books. So little time, more books. So I have socks. I have a wine tumbler. So that's, because authors drink wine, all sorts of fun stuff. Even a candle, so that when you're reading, you have a candle. And book bags. Book bags are also a really nice gift. So this is a book bag that I got for free. And I even got a sunflower. So I'm not sure what I would do with this. Maybe I'd put it on like a pen or something like that. But anyways, those are things authors like. But I want to talk about something authors love. And what authors love more than anything in the world is they love to have an Amazon book review. So anybody who already figured that out, yes, you were very, very smart. What we love is an Amazon book review. And I'm going to tell you why this is so important, but also leaving reviews can help you as well. So it kind of helps so many people when you leave a review. It helps the author, of course, which is why authors love reviews. It helps people that are trying to find that book. And it also helps you as a person too. So I'm going to talk about all of these moving forward. So yes, it's Amazon book reviews. That's what we want as authors. Best gift, doesn't cost you anything to do that. And even if you didn't buy the book, if you have an advanced reader's copy of somebody's book, you can leave a book for free. It doesn't say verified purchase, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It's still counted. It's still counted as a review. So it is so important that if you have ever got an advanced reader copy, that you go and review that book. And honestly, nobody wants like, just go give me 5 stars and tell me how wonderful I am. Always should be an honest review. And that's what we're looking for here. Nobody's talking about doing anything that wouldn't be ethical and honest. So we want an honest review of what you thought about the book. So why do reviews matter so much? Well, I'm talking from the perspective of an independent author, indie authors, and they really help us with credibility and trust. They establish credibility and trust. It's social proof. And you know that yourself. When you go to Amazon, the first thing that you do is you look at the reviews. Sometimes you even sort products according to the reviews, because if I see something and it's only got 1 review, I'm less likely to buy it if it has 1,000. And especially when something says Amazon recommended, that even gives it more credibility and social proof. So social proof matters. Credibility and trust matter. We read the comments. We want to see how many stars it gets. I like to look at the top reviews and the bottom reviews, just so that I can gauge things. But that's really, really important. It builds credibility and trust. And here's why it matters so much for independent authors, is because Amazon provides a level playing field for every author. So you can be a Stephen King, who's probably one of the most well-known authors in the world, sold millions and millions of copies of his book, many different languages, all that great stuff. But he has a leg up than us. If we're self-publishing our book, we're also probably self-marketing our book and self-promoting our book. And Stephen King, someone like him, he doesn't do anything. He just writes the book. He hands it off. The publisher, they put the book in print and off it goes. And they have a platform and they'll do all the marketing for him. So he just shows up at the book signings and he's done. And the thing is that when you look and see how many reviews he has, and I've circled one on the screen here, and it's like 34,000 reviews, something like that. And it's just like, wow, as an independent author, if we get 10 reviews, we're doing good. That's kind of what we aim for, is 10 reviews. So anything other, higher than that, you're like on top of it. So just getting to that first 10 is so important for an independent author. And he's just going to have, the more reviews he has, he's just going to have a better chances of getting even more book sales. And here's 2 things that I thought were very interesting. Here's someone like Stephen King. And you remember I talked about a second ago, when I see a product and it says Amazon recommended or Amazon, something like that, I'm more likely to pay attention to that. Well, the same is true for books. And with books, you'll see sometimes a little badge that says editor's pick. Now, Indie authors, we're never going to have that. It's all about big name authors. They're going to be on the list because it's all about book sales, book sales, book sales. So we can't compete with this. So not only does Stephen King have thousands and thousands of views, he's got Amazon saying editor's pick, and it's the Amazon editorial team. They literally read thousands of books, and then they say, this is the one that, we're going to go with. And they slap on a badge, and it's the editor's pick. And it's really hard for the rest of us because we're just never going to be able to play that game at all. Now, here's the facts. Industry standards are that 1%, that's the ratio of reviews to book sales. So if you sell 100 books, if you get 1 to 2 reviews for 100 books, that's the industry standard. So you realize if somebody's got 10 reviews, they potentially might have sold, do the math. I think it's 1,000. I'm terrible at math, but you could see that it's like, Stephen King, he has thousands and thousands of reviews because he's selling millions of books. And we are all down here. And so just remember, 1% is the industry standard for book sales versus reviews. Now, if you're doing better than that, yay for you. But if you're kind of sitting there going, why do I only have 1 review and I've only sold 90 books? That you're actually in the industry standard. So don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. So why else do reviews matter? They improve the visibility for your book on Amazon. And I'm just going to talk about Amazon today because that's just the biggest platform for books. And when you have reviews, first of all, your book, if you get good reviews, your book is then seen as relevant. And relevant books are just, they're going to, when somebody goes into Amazon and they're typing in for a book, if you have a lot of reviews, you're going to come to the top of the list. And, the higher you are ranking in the, we launch a book and you're the number 1 bestseller, you show up. After the launch date, you probably go down to like 100, 1,000, you go down the sales rank accordingly. So you want to be relevant, and how you're relevant is reviews. Reviews make you relevant, but also recent. So you could maybe have launched your book several years ago, and you had a ton of reviews the first week. Everybody and their brother gave you a review. You had a launch team and you have all these reviews. But maybe you haven't had a review for like 2 years now. Well, your book is no longer recent. And so we all know how the LinkedIn algorithm works. We don't know actually how it works, but we think we know how it works. And so, it's kind of like same thing. If you don't post on LinkedIn, then LinkedIn doesn't see you anymore. So we want things that are recent and relevant. So it really improves the algorithm to kind of put you up as the best search result when people are typing into Amazon. So why else do reviews matter? Constructive feedback. When we see the reviews as an author, when you see the reviews and you see why people liked your book, or maybe something missing from your book, and that's fair. That's fair. If somebody says, oh, I thought, that you were going to cover such and such, or, oh, I wish this had covered such and such, that's constructive feedback that the author can take with them and know moving forward that they're going to make improvements, or they're going to change for the next edition, or maybe they're going to do a whole other book. And they might say, oh, wow, there was all these questions people had after this book. It's obvious that I need to do like another book in the series that covers this angle. And that's great feedback for the author. And if you don't give that feedback to the author, then they're sitting there in a vacuum and they're not really knowing, well, what can I do to help my readers moving forward? So it's really important to give them that feedback. And then here is the review notifications. Now on LinkedIn, when you give somebody a recommendation and you do a LinkedIn recommendation, LinkedIn's actually quite awesome at this, and that it will send that person a notification, so Gillian recommended you, and they can accept or reject it. That doesn't happen on Amazon. First of all, you can't accept or reject. If somebody gives you a review, they give you a review. And it's very hard to take down a review, if at all you can even do it. It sort of depends if it's harassment and all that sort of stuff. But the crazy thing is, and I did not know this until I became an author, Amazon does not notify the author that they got a review. And so somebody, I've left reviews for people and I thought, I wonder why they never got back to me. It's because nobody ever told them. And unless they're going and checking their page and looking for reviews, they have no idea that you gave them a review. So if you're an author, by the way, you can always just go and check your most recent reviews, and then you will see the newer ones because it's always date stamps. So somebody gave you a review on December 17th or something like that. And it's actually the date that they posted, not the day that it got approved. But here's the tricky part. Sometimes Amazon does not push through your global reviews. And it's kind of hit or miss. I have not ever seen a pattern to this yet. So I don't even know if people find it helpful, maybe it goes through. I don't know what the rules are, but I know that if you want to see reviews from other countries, sometimes you have to go to that marketplace. So I recently had somebody in my network that gave me an Amazon, gave Tina and I actually an Amazon review, and he did it in the UK. And so I could only see it if I logged into amazon.co.uk. That's where I saw his review. I didn't see it on amazon.com. And then I had somebody else in my network who gave me a review from Australia. Same thing. I had to go into amazon.au and then I could see the review. So it makes you go, this is not easy. This is not easy. So what's the quick fix? Well, the quick fix is, if you give a review to somebody, Amazon will let the reviewer know. So I'm the reviewer now. So for instance, I gave a review to Brenda Miller the other day for one of her books, Social Media Pie. And when I gave the review, it took a week or whatever, Amazon then approved the review and then they sent me an email. Now, that's great because now I know my review got approved. And by the way, sometimes it's not that easy. It's like Amazon will bounce it back and you have to try again. And, it's not always straightforward. And sometimes reviews are quick and sometimes reviews are not quick. But anyways, now I know that I got the review, but Brenda doesn't know that I gave her a review. So what can I do? I can let Brenda know, and I should let Brenda know because that's just a wonderful gift. Why, it's like, wouldn't I give a gift to Brenda's house and ring the bell and run away? Well, some people do that. And actually I have done that. I have done that for some people. I just went, okay, I want to give them a review and I don't want to make a big deal about it. I just felt good that day and I gave them a book review and off I go. But I actually try to actually let the author know because now I know how important it is and just how good you feel when you find that out. So what you can do is forward the email. So if you know somebody's email address, you can just go ahead and forward that email. And I've had people do that for me and it's wonderful. It's like you wake up in the morning and it's like somebody sent you an email and it's like, oh, my Amazon review got approved and they're happy and you're happy. And you're like, what a wonderful way to start the day. Another thing is just send them a DM. So with Brenda, I just made a screenshot. I sent her a DM. I wished her happy holidays. And I just let her know that I did a review. And I felt really bad because it took me years to do this review. I actually bought that book when I was living abroad, but I wasn't eligible to give a review at the time. And so I meant to do it when I got back. And it's like one of those things just never clicked. And it finally clicked for me. And I went, I need to review Brenda's book. It's too long. But you know what? Better late than never. Better late than never. And by the way, I'll just let you know, I had a lovely message this morning from Jeff Young, who sent me an email that his review for Tina and I's new book. I don't even have it handy. Well, actually, here I do have it handy. I do have it handy. Here's the book that Tina and I recently launched, Your Voice Matters. And Jeff went and gave us a review. And he forwarded me the email. So it's like he watched this live before I even did the live. I should just have Jeff come on and do the live because he already knew how to do it. So that was great. So if you don't know their email, maybe you're not connected with them on LinkedIn, but you know that they're on LinkedIn. Why don't you write a post? Write a post, put your review in the post and tag them, tag the person. I did that the other day. I did, I think 3 reviews. And I made a cute little post. I made it a slider, and I tagged all the people to thank them. And they felt good. I felt good, so it's just kind of a wonderful way. Now, I could have just, all three of those people I'm connected with, I could have just DM'd them, but I was just so excited because they were our first reviews for Tina and I. So I just wanted to shout them out and just tell them how much that meant to me that they would do that. So I thought that was really nice. But I know, there is a few books that I need to review by people that I know are on LinkedIn because I follow them. I am not connected to them. I admire them so much. I think they're wonderful people. That I love their books. And I am setting that as my holiday goal. I am going to do posts for them with the review. And so that's kind of on my holiday to-do list. So I think that's kind of a fun thing. So basically, reviews really are a win-win for everybody. They especially help the author because now you know why reviews are so important. And I'm just going to tell you straight honestly, authors hate asking for reviews. You feel like you're begging. It's a terrible feeling. So most of us just don't even go there. It just feels awful. And there's nothing worse than you ask somebody, I know you bought my book. I would, if you enjoyed it, I really would appreciate an honest review. And they say yes, and they don't do it. And then you're just like, oh, and you just don't want to bug them. You don't want to bug them. But on the other hand, you know how important it is. And so sometimes we have to just kind of get beyond it and just keep not badgering people, but keep being assertive, because know that other people will find your book with these reviews. So, if I've ever told you I'd give you a review and I didn't remember, please send me a DM and say, Gillian, you said you'd give me a review and you didn't. I will do it because we're humans and we forget stuff and whatever. So I think that's very, very important. And then the last thing that I want to tell you guys is sometimes it can benefit you. So say, for instance, if I was giving a review to somebody and I did it in a DM, that might start a conversation. And maybe we're going to start collaborating. People appreciate and remember the people that gave them reviews. So that is a benefit for yourself, in that could maybe lead to some collaboration, broaden your relationship, take your relationship up to the next level, whatever. So that's just one good thing of supporting other authors, is a wonderful way of just, social selling and getting to know people and having deeper relationships. But sometimes it can just bring awesome stuff. So here's my personal story. I recently gave somebody an Amazon review. And because now that I'm an author, I have made a conscious effort to at least once a month give somebody a review. So I've been trying to, walk the walk, as they say. So I was giving somebody an Amazon review, and off it went. And then I got a message from Amazon that popped up. And it, that always pops up and says, thank you for the review. We'll let you know, da, da, da. And then it said, because, Gillian, you are so good at reviewing, submitting reviews for Amazon products, because the book's a product, right? It said, you have been invited into the Vine program. And I went, the Vine program? What's the Vine program? I had never even heard of it. So it was just like, okay, I called Devin and I said, Devin, look at this. Is this valid? I don't know what this is. So anyways, we looked through it. And the Vine program is when Amazon gives you free stuff to review. And you actually go in and you can order what you want. And, all that stuff I showed you, the journals, the glasses, the socks, all that stuff, that was part of the Vine program. And I literally saw it on Amazon. I said, I'd like that for me. And I ordered it and I got it. And I don't pay anything. I don't pay shipping. I don't pay anything. And then the idea is that I'll review it, and they want you to kind of keep like a 80% rate. So, for every, amount of products that you buy, they want you to kind of review as many as possible. They give you a month to still, place your review, because they said, we want to make sure you like it. We want to make sure you like it. And I have bought ring lights. I bought a new microphone. I've bought all sorts of stuff. And the only catch, because like there's always a catch, is that it's considered taxable income. So you don't want to just buy crazy stuff because, why would I want, dog sweaters or something when I don't own a dog, whatever. So you want to be purposeful with what you get, but it is considered taxable income. So that's the only catch. But I think this is really, really cool program. And I got this because I was giving reviews. So just kind of a cool thing. So I thought I would let everybody know about that. So, okay, I'm going to just see if anybody is here today joining me. And of course, I have Jeff Young in the front row. He's always in the front row on Christmas Eve. He's like Bruce Willis, Die Hard, come out to the coast. We'll have a few drinks. So it's great. So great place to be. Namaste, says Jeff. Thank you for being here. And he's wishing me happy Hanukkah because tomorrow's Hanukkah and I love Hanukkah. So I love when Hanukkah and Christmas actually fall on the same day. And not only fall on the same day, start on the same day, because tomorrow is the first night of Hanukkah. So we light the first candle. And I think it only happened 5 times since like 1900 or something. So this is not usual because Hanukkah is according to the Jewish calendar. So it varies. So thank you. I have David Cause here today. He's howdy. Merry Christmas to all. Thank you for stopping by, David. I appreciate you being here. Happy a day. And custom bookmarks. Yes, that is also a great idea of a gift to give an author. You can design some bookmarks that go with their book. How cool would that be? So yes, I absolutely love that. That's a great idea. Jeff Young says, thank you for the mention, my friend. My custom mug has a place of honor on my desk. So that was it. I got it for Jeff, and I did mug and whatever. I got it all mixed up, but I got it for Jeff because when I was getting the mug for Tina and I love this mug for Tina and I because not only did we do the front with our book title, I don't know if you can see it, Your Voice Matters, but then we did the back and we actually even have one of Tina's little sketch notes on the back of our mug. So I thought that was kind of fun. So when I was doing that, I said, Jeff would love one of these. So I made one for Jeff. I custom designed it. I put his little Superman Bitmoji on it and everything. So that was very fun to do. I enjoyed that. Immensely. Jeff says, my review of your and Tina's new book went live on Amazon just in time. It absolutely did, Jeff. And it was just like I raced, grabbed a screenshot, and I threw it in my little, well, it was all Bitmo Gillian. I didn't do anything. She does all the behind the scenes work. But no, it did arrive just in time. And I absolutely love that you emailed me. You WhatsApp me. You told me on, because we WhatsApp with Tina and we have a group WhatsApp. So again, that was so kind of you. So thank you very much. David says, great insights. Reviews are vital. They really, really are. And this is something you do not know until you become an author. You're just like, oh, and especially if you go, oh, that person's got 60 reviews, 80 reviews. It doesn't matter. Yes, it does. Because remember when I was talking about the book being, the reviews being not only relevant, but recent. So especially if that person hasn't had a review in a couple of months or a couple of years, you definitely want to give it some love. And so that's important. And we want the reviews spaced out. If all the reviews are on the first week only, that's not as good. Sequel suggestions. Yes, that's a good idea. Yes. Suggestions of, oh, I'd love to see you do a book about such and such. Put that in your review. That's a great thing. This is a great book for starting out with XXX. And I would love it if there's a sequel that goes into this part of it. So, that's very good. Like, for instance, I just recently did my book about how to write your business book. I'm already writing the follow-up, which is how to publish your business book, because I have learned so much that I didn't know that I didn't know. And so many other authors, they don't know this stuff either. So, it's very, very important. Lovely G is here. Thank you for coming. She goes, I'm so glad I guessed the gift correctly. All of this about reviews is hugely helpful. And that global piece is really unfortunate in that we wouldn't know someone outside our country reviewed our book unless we go digging for it. And, like you're talking about Amazon France, you're talking about Amazon in Europe, there's just so many different places that your book could be. It would be exhausting to do this. There's probably some software that would go out and scan them all, but I don't know about it. So it's really dependent upon people letting you know. So please, 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 if that's the one thing you ever take away from this today, is if you give someone a review, it's so important to let them know. Oh my God, I was about to say the very thing about the awkwardness in asking for reviews, especially when people insist that they love the book. And it is awkward. It is awkward. I would ask somebody, once, maybe a follow-up if I kind of went, just would still be, I'm still loving if you could give me a review. I'd probably be done after that, because then I would feel that like I'm annoying them, and for whatever reason, they don't want to. And by the way, just as a little extra tip, if I had somebody once that wanted to give me a review, and they said, I haven't bought enough stuff. Amazon says you have to buy $50 worth in one year, one calendar year, if you're going to do a review. And so I went, So she actually went outside the box, and she says, I actually left you a review on Goodreads. So that's an alternative. And another alternative is to just write a post. That's really nice too. If you can't do it anywhere, just write the person a post or send them a picture. That's nice. A selfie is good. Gillian, Jeff says, Gillian, I didn't realize that the Vine program still existed. I was part of Vine several years ago. So cool. Yeah, it still exists. You have to, within, I think, a quarter, you have to have bought this many products and done this many reviews, or else you can't stay in the program anymore. So anyways, obviously I have no problems buying stuff on Amazon. So I qualify. So that's kind of cool. And G says, the only other thing more awkward is when people say they'll write a review and they don't do it. P.S. I still owe you a review. And look forward to reading your book because I love your works. Congrats again. And thank you, G. And that's the other thing, is that some people, and it's absolutely fine, they want to read the whole book before they give a review. Other people, they'll consume a book quickly, or they'll get halfway through it and they'll just say, I already know I love this book. I don't have to wait till I get to the very end. And we have to honor that. We have to honor that people are, maybe it's just they got your book and it's just not the right time for them to read it. And so that's kind of interesting. We all work differently, and we have to honor that. And so probably if I had bought somebody's book, I might say, I'm sorry, I haven't gotten a chance to read your book yet. It's on my to-read shelf, it's on my to-read list, but I'm probably not going to get to it for another 3 months. So please come back and remind me, just in case I forget. And so just be honest with people. Keep that communication out there. And I think that's good. Okay, so we've reached the end of our 30 minutes. I have talked and talked and talked, and so I hope everybody has enjoyed this today. By the way, StreamYard's just changed everything around, so I'm like clicking in the banners today going, what's this new banner here? So I'm like, new tab. So it's been a little unnerving. But anyways, thank you very much. I hope everybody will enjoyed listening today. I'm sure I'm going to get more people on the replay today. And of course, people can listen on the podcast. But I just thought this was good information. I wanted to make sure that I shared it with everybody, because it's not just about the holidays. You can do this anytime. And don't say, oh, tomorrow's Christmas, so I didn't do it. You can do it for Boxing Day. If you're Canadian like me, you celebrate. I think the Brits celebrate Boxing Day. Everybody celebrates Boxing Day. That's on the 26th. So that's when we take all our presents back. So anyways, so you could do it on Boxing Day. You can do it for New Year. You could do it for Happy January. Somebody's birthday, whatever. You can do reviews any time of the year. And just know it truly is the greatest gift that you can give an author. Okay, thanks for joining me today, and we will see you all next week. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of Easy Peasy Books, From Author to Authority. If you found value in today's episode, I'd be grateful if you could leave us a review. It helps other aspiring authors discover our podcast. To learn more about writing, publishing, and leveraging your business book, visit my website at easypeasybooks.com.